What's going on, guys? This is Matt, and today I'm going to be showing off Cooler Master's new MasterFan Pro fans. These come in both 120 and 140mm variants with 3 types of fan designs with optimization for either air pressure, air balance, or airflow. Each type has its own specific use case, with the airflow version I have being recommended for moving large volumes of air out of the case as a rear or top exhaust. I'll be including these in an upcoming build in a week or two, but threw them into my personal rig for testing. I set them up all as exhaust as I already have 2 intake fans at the front. 2 were used on the top fan slots and 1 at the rear. Installation was pretty simple as expected, and everything was set up really easily. These are RGB fans that can be controlled through RGB headers on your motherboard or through an RGB controller like this one that just plugs into a USB header on your motherboard. Because RGB is becoming a standardized thing, these fans can work with a large number of Asus, Gigabyte, MSI, and ASRock motherboards. If you don't have RGB headers or a control box, you can still set these fans to either static red or static blue, which is controlled through a convenient switch on the back of each fan. Because I'm taking full advantage of the RGB ability of these fans, I made sure that each fan was switched to the RGB option. The way the lighting works is the LEDs are at the center, wrapped around the fan's driver assembly, allowing the light to diffuse through the translucent fan blades, creating a really nice looking effect. Installing the fans is as simple as screwing the 4 screws into the fan through the case, plugging the fan connector into an available fan header on your motherboard, then plugging the RGB cable either into an RGB header or an RGB control box. Cooler Master's control box is pretty nice as it's magnetic, so you can stick it to any steel part of your case. Once everything's plugged in and all the cables are tucked away, start your PC back up and set your fan's color profile through the RGB control software, either for your specific controller or your specific motherboard RGB software. At this point, the sky's the limit with 16.7 million possible colors and dozens of effects available. Instead of going over every effect I found cool, I figured the best thing to do would be to make a montage of a bunch of different effects with some nice music in the background. So without further ado, here are the MasterFan Pro fans in all their RGB glory.
Get ready to fly.